Have you ever wondered why some of the most successful people suddenly fall from grace? Why do some families, once admired and envied, collapse without warning? Why do we often become most blind to our own flaws when everything in life seems to be going perfectly? Could it be that our greatest disasters don't begin in failure, but in the moment we believe we can't fail? Welcome back to the channel. I'm grateful to have you here again. Today we're going to confront a truth that many of us don't like to hear, but desperately need to. It's about how success, when not handled with humility and self-awareness, can become the silent architect of your own downfall. We'll explore real-life examples, psychological patterns, and timeless wisdom that reveal why triumph can be far more dangerous than hardship if we let it blind us. This is not a message of fear, it's a message of awakening, a call to remember humility when life is caught. There's an old saying that goes, "Pride comes before the fall." But what does that really mean in our modern lives? Means that the seeds of destruction are often sown during times of ease and abundance. When everything is going your way, it's natural to feel invincible. You feel in control. You feel powerful. You feel like nothing can touch you. But that's the exact moment when you begin to drift from reality. The world doesn't get quiet, you just stop listening. People don't stop giving advice, you just stop hearing them. The truth doesn't disappear, you just choose to ignore it. For instance, the story of an entrepreneur who built a tech empire from scratch. He was brilliant, hardworking, and charismatic. The peak of his success, he began to cut corners, silence critics, and surround himself only with those who agreed with him. He no longer welcomed feedback, he mocked caution. He believed the rules no longer applied to him. And then, seemingly overnight, the empire crumbled. Investors pulled out, scandals erupted, and lawsuits followed. The downfall didn't happen overnight. Began the moment he became too proud to listen, too arrogant to reflect, too successful to be humble. This pattern isn't unique to business. It shows up in relationships, health, politics, and personal growth. Marriage may seem perfect until one partner, drunk on their own sense of importance, stops appreciating the other. Healthy body can deteriorate when one becomes too confident to maintain it. Talented leader may lose their following when they begin to believe they are above the people who supported them. History is filled with stories of those who lost everything at the height of their power. Think of emperors who ruled vast kingdoms but fell because they grew deaf to reason. Think of celebrities who once inspired millions but ended up alone because they believed their fame made them untouchable. These stories aren't just cautionary tales, they were mirrors. They show us what can happen when we lose the ability to reflect and restrain ourselves in moments of triumph. So why does success so often lead to blindness? Because success changes how we perceive reality. It insulates us, it inflates us, tricks us into thinking we're the exception to every rule. The mind loves to create narratives of superiority when it feels validated, when money flows in, when praise surrounds us, when doors open effortlessly. It's easy to believe we weren't all of it alone. We forget the timing, the luck, the people, and the grace that contributed to our rise. There's another danger. When everything is going well, we stop preparing for when it won't. We assume good times will last forever. We make decisions based on permanence in a world of change. We ignore small warning signs because they seem unimportant against the backdrop of our success, and by the time we notice the cracks, it's often too late to patch them. Wise men once said, "The moment you believe you've arrived is the moment you begin to fall." Why? because belief in rival ends the journey, halts growth, stifles curiosity, extinguishes the humility that keeps us grounded. But the good news is this: awareness can change everything. You don't have to fall just because you've risen. You don't have to lose your way just because you found some success. In fact, the most admirable kind of success is the kind that strengthens your character, not weakens it. Look at the truly great figures in history, those who not only achieved greatness but maintained it with grace. People like Nelson Mandela, who after becoming president still cleaned his own bed and treated staff with respect, or Fred Rogers, who remained kind, thoughtful, and deeply humble despite being a beloved national icon. Or, in business, someone like Warren Buffett, who lives modestly and speaks candidly, always reminding people of the risks of arrogance. What do all these people have in common? They never let success define them. They saw their achievements not as personal trophies, but as responsibilities. They used their platforms to serve, to uplift, to remain human. So how do we apply this in our own lives? Start by practicing gratitude, not the kind you post about, but the kind that lives quietly in your choices. Gratitude is the antidote to entitlement. When you're grateful, you see your success as a blessing, not a weapon. You treat others with kindness, knowing that fortune can change at any moment. Next, embrace feedback. The more successful you become, the more intentional you must be about staying open to criticism. Invite people who challenge your thinking. Listen when someone says you're wrong. Reflect deeply when you're tempted to dismiss advice, or humility will be your shield. Also, prepare for change. Know that nothing lasts forever, not health, not wealth, but even relationships. The wise don't fear this truth, they prepare for it. They save in times of abundance. They plan for downerness. They protect their peace not by controlling everything, but by becoming adaptable. Another powerful practice is to serve. Use your position, your knowledge, your resources to help others. When you give, you ground yourself. Service dissolves ego. It reminds you that you are part of something bigger than your own ambition. Finally, stay connected to your roots. Remember where you started. Revisit the lessons of your struggles. Talk to the people who knew you before your success. Let their perspectives keep you anchored. Your roots are your reality check. They prevent you from drifting into illusions of grandeur. Let me share a story of a man who inherited a massive fortune from his family. He had everything: luxury, status, influence, but he chose to live simply. He wore modest clothes, rode public transport, and spent his time volunteering in underprivileged communities. When asked why, he said, "Success is just a test of your character. If it changes who you are, then it owns you." That stuck with me, because it's true. Success reveals us. It doesn't create pride or humility, it amplifies what's already within. So ask yourself, what is success doing to you? Is it making you kinder or colder, more generous or more guarded, more mindful or more mindless? The answers to these questions matter far more than your bank balance or your social status. Where real power lies not in what you achieve, but in how you carry it, not in the applause you receive, but in the integrity you maintain, not in how high you rise, but in whether you can stay grounded when you do. Let success humble you, not harden you. Let it remind you to lift others, not step on them. Let it teach you that everything in life is borrowed, and the only thing you truly own is how you show up in the world. Thank you for watching this video. If this reflection moved you, please share it with someone who might be walking a similar path. subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and consider supporting our community through membership. Together, let's continue the journey, and not just toward success, but toward a deeper, wiser, and more meaningful life.